Hey everybody, welcome back to Separate Grazing Ranch. Hopefully the wind isn't too bad for everyone to hear, but I just had to come out here and feed the sheep, so I wanted to take this quick video. Many of us in the permaculture world have livestock. Many of us in the livestock world like shade. Man, that wind is awful. One of the things that we are trying to do here is make our moves easier, as we also have off the farm jobs for now. So we have set up this 4-strand polyrope subdivision in the first part, our easier to divide pasture. And we have fruit trees in here. These are the ones that the sheep have never been able to graze. So they're still very healthy. They're young, obviously you can see that. They still have the tags on them. But this soil is also better than the backfield, so I expect them to start providing shade pretty soon. What I wanted to show you guys is, one, we have these polyrope fences, but two, how we protect the trees, which is the main challenge, but also how do we make it low maintenance. So we have different size sheep in here. We've got baby lambs, we've got adult sheep. I would not put the cows in here just yet, and you'll see in a minute why. But you can see what we've done here. Each tree has a main post in the 4 lines of poly rope to keep the rope from being pulled in. And then it's got 2 very cheap fiberglass step-ins. These are $1.99. And sometimes we get a 10 or 15% off coupon at Tractor Supply, so that works. So what we've done is we have the supply for the polywire running off of these, very simple. And we go down only to the second wire. We don't go all the way down to the bottom, because I know you can't tell it, but before the sheep were in here, these grasses were all about that tall. And after we're done, eventually the sheep will be able to mostly eat this grass, maybe not. If so, that's a very small piece that I would string trim. Either way, I think we need more mulch on this spot. So the idea is low maintenance. What is easy will get done. It took quite a bit of work setting these up, but this is what we decided to do for when we start mixing cattle in. So we have a T-post anchored back, and generally speaking, this face is the only face that the cattle are going to be able to start nibbling on these branches. I can trim it as such, or I can put another T-post on this side, and we'll have a nice box. What we did in further iterations in other subdivisions, we were putting 2 T-posts in. One of these is a T-post, so now we have a much taller box. But again, the idea, you can see them executing quite well. They're grazing underneath, gosh, I don't want to get hit, this first wire here as far as they can, and keeping that clear so we don't have to weed whip. All around, they're able to graze this. This also helps, if you can see, the bottom wire is a little high for some of our more stubborn sheep, but basically if they're crossing this without us wanting them to, they're just volunteering to go to their happy ending place. Again, this pen here, or this little guard, they've grazed underneath, but they have not gotten to the tree yet. And this is really important, and I want to do this video during this season. They were only put in here this morning. Sorry for all the garbage near our IBC tote. We had to clean up some stuff last minute. But they are hungry. I had to feed them some hay. It's not even the best hay, but it's something. Them being so hungry should force them to want to try to get to graze, chew on these fruit trees, but they are not. So far this plan is working. You can see here the other side of this pen, these 4 wires, And these trees, man, the mud is never ending here in southern Ohio. So basically what we've done is figured out what is going to be the best way for us to drive equipment through, and also animals. And we make these paddocks. We have one side of it either ending on a step-in post, or we use these handles that are insulated. I can touch that, doesn't get shocked. To move them in. I don't know if you can see way over there, but that's the gate for that pen. And we've created all these pens for them to move straight through our farm. And we have trees throughout here. So eventually we will have these trees mature, provide shade, provide us an income, and provide a little bit more diverse habitat for birds and other insects. So if anyone has any questions, any at all, during this time of lockdown or isolation or whatever have you, please, please, please give us a call or message us. Take care.